This has been a legendary year for XRP and XRP fans around the world. They've been captivated. They've been at the edge of their seats. They've been waiting for these huge pumps to happen, which you've gotten. But what if I told you that over all of that, XRP just recently, just hot off the press, printed the most bullish signal that it has since all the way back in 2017. Take a look right here. We just printed this kind of red/orange color right here. Now we're going to get into what that means, but you can see based on the chart that's right in front of you, the last time we had the orange or red, it was the hottest of the hottest of the hottest part of the bull run, and that's when things started going on fire. Is that what's about to happen to XRP? What does this orange or red mean? And what does it mean if we switch from orange or red back to blue? What does it mean if we switch from orange or red to green? What does that mean for you in your XRP holdings? I'm about to break it down. You do not want to miss this. This is your last chance. Do you want some bonus profits? I just filmed a triple buy alert video, but it's not on YouTube. However, it's free if you unlock it right now. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. Free if you unlock it right now. Go now. Here we're on XRP USD. We're on the weekly chart on Binance. When you pull all that up, you're going to get the price action. Now, in order to get this cool color indicator here, this is my custom coded indicator. You're not going to be able to find this online. It does not exist. This is my custom indicator. And I created it so that you can take this indicator and put it on your favorite coin or your favorite whatever. And it will tell you, where are we in this rally? Are we in the beginning? Are we in a place where you should buy? Are we near where you should sell? You can see it spits out some buys. You can see it spits out some sells. You can see that it's got a bunch of different colors. Now, let's start to break down the colors so you understand them clearly. The darker the blue, the stronger the buying opportunity. Case in point, when you get to these lighter color blues, it tells us that we could be near a buying opportunity, but light blue is not going to be anything compared to dark blue. When we get into the dark blue, like we did here, when XRP was down at about 10 cents, those are the good times to buy, right? You can see back here at 10 cents, you could see up here at 17 cents. These are the dark blues that we're talking about. Now, more recently, we got into these dark blues when XRP was at about 30 cents right here. And we got into the dark blue when it was also at about 30 cents. And we got into a dark blue when it was also about 35, 36, 37 cents here. So the darker the color, the stronger the buy. And when you start getting into those hotter colors, the yellows, the greens, these kind of really hot colors, those are times when you want to start taking profits, especially if we get red hot, okay? We got red hot back here in 2017, and the red literally marked the market cycle top, and it literally marked the most absurd part of the rally leading right up to the market cycle top. It did so on both scenarios, right? As soon as we started this red here, it was this on fire rally from about 21 cents, you know, all the way up to almost $4. It happened in the red, okay? The red is that fire part, right? The most strongest part of that bullish scenario. Now, this is a key. It went from red to yellow, okay? It went from red to yellow, not once, but both times, okay? This is a clear indication of what's coming next because patterns like to repeat. Keep in mind, I said a little bit earlier, XRP just printed this kind of reddish orange. What it does next is going to be so critical, okay? So we had that red, that was the time to take profits, that was the market cycle top, and we got into red many months later, which was also the market cycle top. In between there, you can see some green, you can see a little bit of yellow, but again, most of this is blue. The hot zones are short, powerful, and absolutely mind-boggling amazing. This indicator is a part of my indicator bundle. I have so many students around the world that have the indicator bundle. You can go ahead and throw it on XRP right now and take a look at what I'm looking at as we speak. So what you see happening are clear, distinct cycles, right? As we approach that most bullish part, we go into these reds, we go into these greens, we go into these yellows, and then as soon as we switch from those hot colors to blue, it usually starts with that baby blue. That's the time where you're like, okay, it's over. It's over. The top is already in, and we're already starting out our bear market descent. And that's what happens over the coming months, right? And then the whole thing repeats. You can see in the last cycle in 2021, we didn't even print any red because we didn't even have a traditional bull cycle in 2021 for XRP. It didn't even come close to creating a new all-time high. Our all-time high was up here at about 350. We only topped out about $2 back in 2021. It didn't have time to have that red or yellow. It did have time, however, to have these greens. You could see that as we were starting, our huge explosion here was the only time that we printed these dark greens. You can see it, right? These next ones, this was light green / baby blue when we had our failed rally, right? This was our high, this was a lower high, and this was another lower high. This was a failed rally and another failed rally and another failed rally, which led us into these dark blues, right? What you want to see in a textbook bull market are more continued greens, and this needed to make a higher high, and this needed to make a higher high. And then we would have likely seen some red and then some yellow and some orange, right? As we zoom in to what happened back here in 2017, you can start to see it a little more clearly. This is all this 2017 area here. When this red started, right, we were in our full-blown absolute parabolic part. Then we went to this yellow, then we went to this green, and then we started to get a little bit lighter and switch back to red. You can see the red started right here. Back when we were at about 23 cents, back in Christmas time, 2017, we started that red. When that red flashes, baby, you better be ready. You better be ready with your finger on the trigger because it happens fast and it's explosive and it's short-lived, right? These are weekly candles. Just a couple weeks later, boom, we're at the top. If you missed it, you missed it. But what's a telltale sign? We switch out of that red, we switch to yellow, and then especially to green. As soon as we switch to that green, you already know the writing's on the wall, right? So this is a cool indicator that you can throw on anything, right? And we've got custom settings for different coins and different time zones. Whether, you know, some people like to be a swing trader, some people like to be a day trader, some people like to be long term. We have custom settings that will fit everybody's needs, right? This thing is cool. It's custom coded for a reason. This is your last chance. Do you want some bonus profits? I just filmed a triple buy alert video, but it's not on YouTube. However, it's free if you unlock it right now. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. Free if you unlock it right now. Go now. But let's get into what's happening today, because you can see, right? We recently had some dark blue over here when we were hanging at about 50 cents. Don't you wish you took that trade alert happening, spit out that dark blue 50-cent buy signal? We went up real quick from there, right? What you can see happening is we jumped out of that dark blue into some lighter blues. We started getting those lighter blues around Halloween 2024, getting these lighter blues when we were around the same price, about 50 cents. So we jumped out of that dark blue to lighter blue, and then we went right to this kind of baby blue. We went to a little bar of baby blue right before green. We hit that baby blue when we were at about 62 cents. We started hitting that green when we had jumped up to $1. That told us, hey, we're at a hot zone of the market right now, okay? And by the way, if you see what we're landing on right now, we're gonna get to that in a moment. You can see this blue color right on your screen. Now, we talked a lot about blue in this video, and you know, some colors are good, some colors are bad. We're gonna get to that in a moment, but let's start right here. We got to around $1, right? Towards the end of 2024, and then we started getting into those greens, you know, a little bit above $1 around the end of November 2024. This is when that hot zone started to come. We went from green to yellow, right back to green. This is a power move right here. We showed resilience where price action had a high. we took a little breather, and then we had a higher high. This is really healthy, okay? You want to see continued higher highs with XRP. Any failed rally from here could be devastating. One good piece of news we have on our hands is this long wick that had printed on the weekly chart. More on that in a moment. Once we started getting into these hot greens here, that's when we took our little cool off phase. It told us, if you follow this chart, that we're all good. A lot of people had panic during this time, but if you have this indicator, you know when is the best time to buy, and you know when is the best time to sell. Look at these sell signals that came in right at the market cycle tops of these two. How much would you pay to be able to take profits right at the market cycle top? Imagine telling your friends, yeah, I took profits right at this price. They won't believe you. And then you'll have to show them proof. And they'll be like, oh my God, how are you a fortune teller? How did you know that? The thing is, you want to keep a level head and you want to follow distinct rules. And here we go. When you get into this green, it tells us like, hey, this is not over yet, right? We had this high price, we had an explosion, but this is not done, okay? We went from this green. The next thing we printed from this green was the hottest color we had printed since 2017. The hottest color we had printed in years and years and years and years in XRP. It's been a long time, but it's right in front of our eyes. The last time we saw this kind of color was back here in 2017. This is unprecedented in recent memory for XRP. And right after that hot zone, we printed yellow, okay? Now, I told you before, when we print yellow after a hot zone, look at that before, right? We had this hot zone, boom, we printed yellow right here. Right after we had started falling. We're at about $1.30 here. The high was $3.50, right? We fell down here, printed that yellow. We went into this kind of yellowish area and then back to green. This is the exact color that we had just printed. This candle right here from early February 2018. That's the type of candle that we just printed. But when you look at it closer, you can say to yourself, okay, XRP had an explosion. We created a high here. We created a higher high. We have this long lower wick here, which tells us momentum to the upside. We want to see over the next handful of weeks a higher high, and we need to get back into that green. You can see we just tried to get back into that green with the last week's close, right? You can see as we got into February, we were literally green. This color is up for interpretation and likely to change in the coming weeks. So keep an eye on this blue. But one thing we want to get rid of, and one thing we don't even want to mess with, and one thing we want to get off of our charts for XRP is any sort of blue. You don't want to have any blue because that tells us turmoil, and we don't want turmoil. We need to, as quickly as possible, switch back to green, and we need to, as quickly as possible, create a higher high. Doing both of those would open the possibility for these hot colors to come back in. I'm talking these oranges, I'm talking these really bright green, and I'm talking the red. Leave your comment down below. What do you think is going to happen next? This is your last chance. Do you want some bonus profits? I just filmed a triple buy alert video, but it's not on YouTube. However, it's free if you unlock it right now. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. Free if you unlock it right now. Go now.